Guess what? It's story time.
The fuck you wanna be?
Can I, baby? Can I, baby?
Hi guys, welcome back. If you haven't been to this channel before, I am Miss Shanita and this is Real Talk TV. So guess what? We're going to be doing story time. I've never recorded story time before. I've always put in like graphics and things like that. So today I'm going to be telling it live, but not live. Recorded, pre-recorded. So anyway, let's get started. So today story time is my most weirdest, strangest dates I've ever been on, and there's 3 that I can name off top. So before I get started, please make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and do all that good stuff in order to support this channel and the growth of it. So let's get started. Strangest date number 1. My first story I'm going to tell you, I moved to the Atlanta metro area in 2000, and it was a time to be here in 2000. Everything was exciting, growth, new development. The whole city was like this amazing energy. It was an amazing time to be here in Atlanta. So anyways, when I first moved here, I lived on the south side of Atlanta, not like the suburbs or anything. I lived in Atlanta. If that makes a difference or not, I don't know. But anyway, so I was on the West End. I don't know where if you guys are familiar with the West End of Atlanta, but it is very historic. And there was this record shop. And I visited the record shop, and there was this guy. I guess he was part owner. I don't know. So he asked me on a date. This was in 2000, maybe 2001. And I was like, oh, okay. You know, he was kind of big, heavy set kind of guy. And he picked me up from my apartment, and we started off on our date. We jumped on 75, headed downtown connector to downtown Atlanta, right? So we're just riding, and I'm talking to him, and he was talking at first. And then all of a sudden he kind of like got a little bit quiet, and I'm still talking. I'm looking at the scenery, you know, skyscrapers and whatnot. And I look over, and he was like asleep. The man was asleep, driving up 75 north, okay, headed downtown. I was like, whoa, are you all right? And he was like, no, I'm good. So I'm like, okay, all right, cool. So we get to, I don't know, I think we went to like Ruth Chris. We went to a really nice restaurant because he was kind of like a baller or whatever. This was back in the days, you know, he was showing out for the girl. And we went to Ruth Chris, and it's all like tablecloths and a little nice setting, intimate setting. You know, it's kind of like dark and moody in there. And we're eating. I'm talking again. And this man is like nodding off. And I'm like, and then he tells me, I'm like, why you is falling asleep? Like you was falling asleep in the car. He was like, no, I'm all right. I got epilepsy. I'm like, are you even supposed to be driving? I was terrified. And he wouldn't let me drive. He would not let me drive back home. And so I was terrified on the way home. Nevertheless, I never talked to him again because I was afraid if I ever got in a car with him, we was going to get in an accident and hurt ourselves. So that's date number 1, which is crazy, but it is a true story. The man was falling asleep, and don't get me wrong, I did not date him again because he had epilepsy, but it's just the way the day went. It was strange that he didn't tell me because I could have drove. I'm just saying, the man was falling asleep. Moving on to another guy on the West Side, West End kind of area, over there by the Tyler Perry Studios, where Tyler Perry Studios is right now, over in that area. So I'm gonna say the West End. Still gonna say West Side, West End. So I don't know. They was just liking me over there on the West Side. Anyways, so he was from Jamaica, and I was like, yes, Jamaican men, you know, they can cook and everything. They is like, I like Jamaican men. I like Jamaica, period. So anyway, but this date got really strange. So I drove over to his house, and I was gonna park my car at his house, and he was gonna take me on a date. I don't know if you guys are, so anyway, let me just tell you. I went into his house. He had some family members that was living there. That was cool. He introduced me to his family. I'm like, oh, okay, this is going kind of good, you know. Introducing me to his family and whatnot. So the beginning of the date went well. You know, introduced me to some of his family. That was really, really nice. He had dreads. He was brown, and he was just nice built and everything. And I was like, yes, this is going amazing, right? Child. So we go to Intermezzo's in Buckhead, and we get this fruit and cheese tray. It was very romantic. Again, this is a very intimate, dark, moody setting. So it was an amazing date. We talked, we laughed. You know, I'm young. He's kind of young, a little bit maybe older than me, but I was feeling it. So after the date went amazing, right? But after the date is where it got most strange. Okay, so we go to his house. Remember my car is parked at his house. And so we go back into his house. He was like, you want to stay for a while? I'm like, yeah, that's cool, whatever. You know, I was feeling him, he was feeling me. The date was going amazing. So I was ready to go back to my car, but he was like, no, let's have a few drinks. Let's have a few drinks or whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool. He brought out some wine. You know, he was wining and dining the girl. Then he brought out some Coke. But if you know me, you know I do not do hard drugs like that. Okay? No, ma'am, no, sir. I don't think so. Do you know this man got upset with me because I would not sniff Coke with him? Basically put me out his house. When I tell you this man was mad, he was big mad. Basically told me to leave and get out of his house. Nevertheless, never talked to him again. Okay. So winding down my story time. All right, so my last one was not too long ago, maybe like a couple years ago, maybe even a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. I go on this date with this guy. He tell me to meet him at J. Alexander's in Sandy Springs. Cool spot, steakhouse. Was nice, but I don't eat meat by this time. And so I just ordered, like, well, first of all, upon arrival, let me not jump the gun. Upon arrival, meeting him, he was in a big, like, monster truck. You know, I am a fan of the big monster trucks. I love me a good monster truck, okay? And I'm not talking about like a regular little truck. I'm talking about the trucks that sit up and they put the big giant tires on it. That's the type of truck he was driving. And matter of fact, I think this was a couple of years ago, because I had a white Cherokee at the time. I do not have that car anymore, so I do remember. We both had white trucks, but mine was a little bitty little truck and his was a monster truck, and I was all about it. Okay. I get to, I think that's J. Alexander over there. I think that's, yeah, the steakhouse J. Alexander's in Sandy Springs. So we get over there. I'm impressed with the little spot that he chose, but red flag number one is when I pulled up and I was like, oh, there he go. I get out the car. He's on his cell phone, didn't get off the cell phone to greet me at all. And he shushed me upon walking up to him, and ignored me and stayed on his phone and really wasn't talking about nothing. Okay, he shushed your girl. upon arrival. So the date started off strange to me. That was strange energy. You do not shush me, sir. So we're waiting on our table. We're like, I'm waiting on him to get off the phone. I'm just sitting there like, oh, okay. It's other people down, like waiting in the outside area in front of the door. And I'm just kind of standing there looking around, thinking I'm cute for the date, And the man just shushed me as soon as I walked up. Like, who does that on a date? So it started off strange, you guys. Finally go in, get seated, order the food. I'm noticing that the way he's talking to the waitress, he knows everybody inside J. Alexander's. This is somewhere he goes a lot. All right, so this is your take a girl place. You know what I mean? And the waitress told me, she Slick told me when he went to the bathroom. Slick inserted that he usually sits up at the bar. Sir, so you a hoe. This your spot. Nevertheless, honey, I ordered so much stuff on the menu. I ordered broccoli, and at the time I did eat cheese, so I ordered broccoli, their mac and cheese, I ordered shrimp, I ordered a lot of unnecessary things, and took dessert and my kids home my daughter home something, because my oldest daughter was in college at the time. Yeah. So I don't know if those were strange to you or just really bad dates. Guys, share your most strangest date ever in the comments below. I will make sure you subscribe, guys. I have had bad luck on dating lately, and I'm hoping that this is my year to story time. My next story time date series will be an amazing date story that I'm going to tell you. I am manifesting it right now. But anyways, guys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share, and I will see you next time on Real Talk TV with Miss Shanita.
Fuck you wanna be? Can I? Baby.